Welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. On tonight's episode of Milan Coast to Coast, Fabio and Gio are going to get deep into the game against Napoli. Of course, they're going to be grading the boys. Of course, we're going to be talking the rumor mill because Zlatan is in the rumors now. We're going to talk a little Primavera, and of course, we're going to get you ready with the matchup against Udinese on the weekend. Before we do that, we please ask you, if you appreciate the channel, you want to help the channel, the first thing you can do, you got to subscribe to the channel. Please hit the notification bell so you're up to date with all of our latest videos. Smash that like button and leave a comment. And if you want to be a part of our Patreon family, follow us on Patreon. Gio, we got a big night, man. What a roller coaster of a game. Tale of two halves. Are you ready, baby?
I'm ready.
All right, welcome to Milan Coast to Coast.
Milan Weekly Podcast presents Milan Coast to Coast with your host, Gio and Fabio.
Benvenuti nella casa
Giro in area, si gira, sinistro, rete, gol capolavoro di Olivier Giroud.
Maignan with another magical save.
Teo Hernandez, coast to coast, del numero 19.
Leao carica il mancino. Eccolo qua, Rafa Leao.
To the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. I'm Fabio, joined by my partner Gio, as we always are here on Wednesday night, and we are Milan.
Coast to coast, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
damn
get it.
right. G, how you doing this evening, bro?
We're doing good, Fabio. We're doing good, man. Gianna learning how to swim, doing her thing. So we're feeling good, especially after eating all the candies last night.
I know, man. Happy Day of the Dead to those who celebrate. Halloween's gone. No more trick-or-treating, all right? Because we got tricked a little bit this weekend, man. We got the treat early on, but then it turned into a fucking trick. But we're going to talk all about that. Let's get into it, man. Thank you so much for joining us here. Let's get into the game at the Maradona on the weekend. The primetime game on Sunday. And, well, we were riding high, man. We were looking pretty good. Didn't start off too good because we lost Kalulu in the first 20 minutes. So that was, man, seeing that, we're going to talk a lot more about that because Pioli started to make a couple of comments at the end of the game about how, maybe he shouldn't have played Kalulu, and it makes everybody start second guessing what we're doing here, especially playing players that maybe are not ready to come back. But the first half was looking pretty good. Pulisic put in a great cross, and Giroud found the back of the net. Yes, the goalkeeper did get his hand on it, but not enough to keep it out. We're up 1-0 in the 22nd minute. How were you feeling when you saw this, G?
Well, Napoli had gathered like their steam, Fabio, at that time. Like Napoli was starting to play. You know, we had our first couple chances, and like between like the first 10 minutes, and then Napoli took control from there. So there was just really like a punch in the gut to Napoli. I was like, wow, that was out of nowhere. I think it was Pulley, right? Pulley with the assist. Yeah, I just want to say a lot of things like, these Americans that we got on this team, we ain't come for selling shirts, publicity stunts, and all that. I know you guys hate a lot.
Tell him, G. Tell him.
I know you guys hate Americans because of the stupid people who do the politics here in this country. That's not me on Five. We got our beliefs, and that's it. But these Americans are coming to play, especially Pulisic. Like his GA is crazy. A lot of people want Messias back. A lot of people want Sally back. But let me let you know that Pulisic on the right wing is like got more GA probably than them combined in 10 games than they've ever had. So I was just like, okay, we came out because they was basically getting on us, Fabio, but Politano was wrecking us, but I see that assist and then boom. And I thought Murray had it, but it went straight past his hand. He hit it and went back.
And then Politano gets a really good chance in the 27th minute that hits the side net and catches Teo sleeping there at the far post. That could have been a leveler right there, but it didn't happen. And then 3 minutes later, Capitano Calabria along the right side puts a nice cross in, and Jazz Giroux again with a header off the pole and in. 2-0. Olivier Giroud, the guy that everybody keeps saying we need to bench him, we need somebody better, and that might be true. Reminds you that he is world class as long as you have people providing good crosses to him, which is for some reason very difficult at times. But 2-0, we're looking pretty good at this point, right?
Yeah, we're looking great, Fabio. We're looking good. Even though Krunic can't make a fucking 5 yard pass to save his life during this time. I just remember that we were on a break one time and he had to pass it to Pulisic and that thing went out of bounds. Like I think we were like 3-on 2, and Krunic had the ball. I was like, oh, okay. And so, like, a lot of people like to like defend Krunic. He does this and
Yeah.
that. Don't get skewed by those facts. If you really think that he really had a good game, you have to get your eyes checked because
Well, we're gonna
no, no,
go
no,
through
no,
it,
no, but
on the report card.
yeah,
But
nah, but I really liked Giroud. I thought it was Krunic because Krunic was right
he
behind
was
him.
right behind him, so he could have been the next person
Yeah,
to get
it
it.
would have
But
been regardless. I think we would have scored on that goal wherever it would have went through
don't say regardless. Don't say regardless because
because
the next
Krunic
the run
went
of play will tell you it matters who's at the end of that ball. So about 10 minutes later, we have a great attack again. The ball's moving fluidly all over the place. It ends up on the left side. Theo makes a nice cutback to Reindeers, and this Tijani moron. He cannot shoot on target. If JFK's shooter was Tijani, JFK would have lived to 115. All right, there's no way this guy can ever hit the net. I don't know why it's so difficult, but again, he just lifts it too much. It goes sailing over the bar, and that should have been 3-0, and it would have set us up so differently, but it didn't happen. Just another stupid miss for Mr. Reindeers. Again, Santa's not calling you up if this is how you produce him, bro. Never. Then we actually had another great chance. Musa and Theo provide a nice chance, like in like the 4th minute of extra time in the first half, and then, oh man, I mean, we're going to talk a little bit more about the injuries and what happened, but we have to get to the second half because this is where the game completely changed. Napoli makes 3 substitutions immediately, unlike Pioli, who likes to wait 60, 70, 80 minutes. Rui Garcia saw that he needed to change stuff around, so he sent out 3 new players, and it completely changed. Politano scores in the first 4 minutes, and then, I mean, Politano's goal is really on, we didn't mention this earlier, but when Kalulu came off, Kier got hurt in the warm-up, which is just remarkable, right?
No, he got hurt before the game, Fabio.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
it was
heard he was
before.
hurt
No,
in the
no, no,
warm-up.
no, no, no. He
Somebody
got
else
hurt.
was hurt during the warm-up, were they not?
Nah, I think that was last game, but nah, nobody got hurt during this warm up. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Fab. I know.
Well, Pellegrino needed to come in. So the 21-year-old Argentinian, who for some reason is getting called up for international duty, it was his time to shine, right? Well, in this particular moment, he went to try to head it, and Politano just flicked it on him. And it was an easy goal, man. Easy goal for them. Some would say Theo should have done a little better on that one, but it didn't happen. Then Leao gets us unbelievable chance. It's him and Romero, who Romero comes in for Pulisic, and this moron, instead of trying to pass it to Romero, he tries to do this cheeky little flick over, try to play the goalkeeper, and he completely misses the net. And then eventually, 7 minutes later, oh man, they end up getting, 10 minutes later, Raspadori gets a free kick off a stupid Romero foul, ties the game. I mean, there's a couple of instances where we could have scored a third goal. They could have scored a third goal, especially Kvaratskhelia right at the last minute. Mike saved him on the 94th minute. I mean, Calabria misses a header in extra time. I mean, there were chances for both teams to take this game.
I think when we would have went like up 3-1, remember? Like it was like volleyball and stuff, and then like Theo fell on the ground. He tried to cut it back to Giroud, but it was a ball, and then I don't know, bro. That play was crazy. I think that one could have made it 3-1, but we didn't get the chance, and then they end up scoring on us. I think this game really showed is like sometimes you're not gonna get beat by teams that don't have that quality, Fabio. But if the team has quality, I mean, you're gonna get punished, and they punished us because
Yeah.
basically in the first half, Fabio, we could have been up 6-0, and no what I bet would be like, Gio, Fabio, you guys are lying. We had like great opportunities, like a
We
lot of
did.
fast breaks, a lot of cutbacks that that
I mean,
we
I
couldn't have
see
done.
two from Leao. One that was an actual save, a low shot on him. We had another chance with Calabria missing his header. His head, he kind of heads it to the side instead of at the goalkeeper. But again, just for them to, and also just to make things even worse, they got a red card in like the 89th minute. So we basically had 5 to 6 minutes with 10 men. But at that point, it was too late. Let's get to the
No, but
report
they
card.
outplayed us, Fabio, and
They
that
did. The
comes down to
second
the
half,
manager. That
the
comes down to
second.
the manager because even the commentator said like, "Oh, Milan in these 6 minutes are about to take it to them." But Pioli ball. He said, "Let's get out of here with the draw because I'm a loser, and let's get
Yeah.
out of here."
And that's very true. Let me fix the screen here because we're losing some of our guys. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, let's start with Mignon on the report card. All right. What's your grade of Mignon from this match?
Mignon, I don't think he was positioned right for the free kick, Fabio.
He
To
wasn't.
me, and especially he made the wall, and the wall didn't help him at all. So I gotta give him a C, Fabio.
I give him a C2. Again, he has a
And he
couple of
was erratic
saves.
too, Fabio.
He
He
was. He
came
was
out
all
one
over the
time.
place. He's
He
making me
came out.
very nervous.
Yeah, yeah. He came out one time. Good thing he got the ball and stuff like that. But I thought that was gonna be a red card. But looking back, he got all ball. The guy just flipped over him.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I go with
Magic C.
C2. I think there was a
C.
couple of moments that could have dropped him to a D, and then a couple of saves he made that could have got him a B. But I think C is fair for Mike. All right, Calabria now. Now Calabria, what's he marked here for this one? I can't see it because it's so damn
Like
small.
8.2.
8.0. All right, that's not bad. I was with his assist, and I thought he played pretty solid on the right side, played the full 90. Calabria, for me, I thought he was a B.
Fabio, I just want to say something. Like this game like outshone like what Calabria. He should have been getting real love. Finally, he shows up in a big game when
He
we need
loves
him.
playing against Kvetishkelia or
Yeah,
whatever, right?
and this would have like I would have like done like a public service announcement, and I would have said like, you know what, Calabria, this is how you got to play every game, and if you play like this every game, we have a chance to have a special season. So it's just a shame that we didn't get the win, but because he would have got big praise. And you seen after the game, Cavada came up to him, gave him a hug. I don't know if they swapped shirts or anything, but he gave him a hug. He knew that he gave him a long time. But like this is what I need. This is now what I'm expecting for Calabria. You feel me? I'm expecting this for the rest of the season. If he could give us that, then we're gonna be fine. But it is
I
what it
don't
is.
know.
Fine.
He seems to come up big against Napoli. But all right, before we get to Kalulu and then Pellegrino, let's go to Tomori because I think I wrote Tomori first because I needed to praise before we get into the negative parts. I gave a B to Tomori. I think with everything going around, he was pretty solid. I don't see him responsible for either one of the goals. So for me, I think Tomori was a B. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a B. Fabio, he was solid, and he was trying to be a leader when Pellegrino came in. He was telling him even though Pellegrino like before we got scored on, like Pellegrino made like 3 mistakes, and he told him, "Don't worry, don't worry," and that's a sign of a leader. Like, come on, just pick your head up, pick your head up. But you know what? I'm gonna give tomorrow a B.
All right, so let's move to the other center back. So we started Kalulu, who got hurt in the first 20 minutes. So I have him as an incomplete because when you get hurt, you broke
He
your
was
pencil.
playing good. He was playing
He
good
was
too.
playing all right, but again, you get hurt early. I don't give him a score. But we are going to talk about Pellegrino, the guy who came in to substitute for him, and he got to play basically 50 minutes. Now, for me, you might think it's harsh, but Pellegrino gets an F. I'm sorry. I know. Oh, called upon. He's a 5th, 6th, 7th starter. I don't give a shit. Next man up. All right. When it's your turn to ball, you get the call. You're never ready. You get in there and you battle. He was suspect on the first goal, and then you get hurt too. He breaks his foot or whatever the hell happened to him. So this guy's gone now until 2024. So I'm sorry, you flunked the first test. Not good, Marco. Not good. What about you, G?
Well, Fabio, I'm gonna give him an F, but that's his performance is solely on the manager. I mean, this is the first time he's in the country. I mean, we have a dumb manager that doesn't bet in any young players. We know this. It's been happening ever since like Pioli has been manager. Every October we drop like flies. We have 8 to 9 injuries. So Pioli should know this by now. Like, you know what? Let me put in Pellegrino versus Genoa. Let me put in Pellegrino versus Calgary. Let's see if this guy is made of something. But no, Pioli, he likes to be an idiot. Like I've been saying it for a long time. Since he wins a Scudetto, he's been an asshole, and that's fine. He went away from why Maldini brought him in is because he's always been good developing young players. But since he won Scudetto, he gives a hell about playing young players and stuff like that. So for me, Pellegrino an F, and I don't think he's that cloth, Fabio. But I told you in the summer.
Frank thinks we're being too harsh. He thinks a D is fair for him.
No, okay. No, okay. No, I know what Frank is saying, but I told you in the summer, and I told everybody in the chat, when was the last time that Argentina made a class defender? Nobody can answer crickets.
It's
Zanetti. So what do you expect? Don't tell me because they won the World Cup. That was just a team effort, and Messi was just going ham on everybody. Didn't give a F about anything, and that was because of the midfield. They had Enzo and McAllister. But Pellegrino, to me, I've been saying it for a long time. Involve the youth. We got this guy that now he's coming up, Simic. Come on now, bro. Like when you're wanted by Bayern Munich, bro, you have talent. It is what it is, but I don't think Pioli has that philosophy anymore. I'm with who I have. If you're over 25 or 26, I'm gonna put you in.
All right, so let's move to the next guy, Theo Hernandez.
Oh, Theo Hernandez. Let me get this on this, bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to tell you, these fuckers, you know why I love you, Theo, and I'm gonna give it to you like a real friend, no yes man. But these guys threaten your family, they threaten your child. Somebody threatened my child, like my Gianna and my Ellie. I'm going to war. And I don't think you went to war. I think you let them scare you. I don't know why. You let those stupid fan bases, that stupid fan base scare you, especially that we get a fine and they throwing flares, they throwing nickels and they don't get a fine. But you let them scare you, Theo. And to me, it's an F because you basically told me and Fabio and the whole fan base, fuck you guys. I play when I want to play.
Yeah. No, but listen, I was willing to skew a little up. Now, Deo still does a lot of stuff that I do not appreciate. One time, oh man, Deo at like the 21st minute, this guy doesn't get a call and he just sits there waiting for it. Get on your fucking feet and get back in position. Thank God it led to a goal, but it had nothing to do with him. But he did have a couple of points. The cutback to Reindeers, that's a great part that, again, you got to finish that. You got to finish those. That's not his fault. Other than that, he has a great chance.
Look at Facebook. Frank is going all the way back to Walter Samuel, bro. Look at that's a long ass time, bro. In football years, that's a long ass time.
It is. All right, so for me, Theo, I said this was a C. We needed more. He did create a couple of decent chances. Few and far between, but we need to actually get more production from our left back. His main point is his attacking prowess, and without it, he's an average defender, if not below average. So come on, Theo. You saw what your brother and his team's doing midweek. We needed you to come up big here. You didn't come through, so I gave him a C. That's me. All right, let's go to Musa, because I think he's the best of our midfield this week. I gave Musa a B. He was all over the place. He was moving the ball, fighting for the ball. He's been solid. This fucking kid, 90 minutes in, 90 minutes out. 20 years old, one of the youngest guys on the bench, right? 20 years old, and he's in the game and he's playing nonstop because left ass cheek can't stay healthy, right? And I mean, Pellegrino's 21. He breaks his foot the first game. Musa's getting kicked in the foot, and he's still in there. He's getting bulldozed over. He's still in there. This guy's solid B. Fucking A. Brooklyn born, baby. What say you about Musa?
Fabio, I wanted to give him I wish a D was is a good grade because he got that dog.
He's got that dog.
Fabio, like he's a threat on offenses because he's so fast. Like he could outran the left back and the left back, man. I just want to say B for Musa. See, this is like Musa, 20 years old. He came in. I think what Pioli wants is like if we had buy him for money, I have to give him a chance and stuff like that. Like Musa's a dog, bro. Like he was everywhere, Fabio. I think that he ran 11 kilometers, bro. I think they said that. I think Milan posted is like he's a dog, bro. Like he was in there, he was stealing balls, he was recovering, he was overlapping with Calabria and Pulisic. And I think that's something that I like him and Pulisic, especially for the U.S. men's national team. I mean, I think they're gonna be cooking, man, because they're playing together every week in and week out. So it's gonna be probably dangerous.
I know
for their next World Cup because they got meaningful games. But yeah, Musa, he's a dog, bro.
He's got that
and in
dog.
2 years, and in 2 years, bro, watch out, bro. Like he's just gonna learn how to do the game, and he's settling in because he lived 9 years of his life in Italy, so. I mean, he's already used to the culture.
He's been having that good pasta.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our double D's because that's what I'm going to give him. Let's start with Lord Savior Krunic, all right? Hold on, I got something here. You know what? I'm not even going to post it yet. I'll wait until later. But Krunic, again, I wasn't really impressed with his performance this game. They gave him a 7.4. They're bugging. They gave him the best rating of the midfield. I don't know what they're smoking. For me, I'm giving him a D. Nothing of importance for Krunic. I'm sorry. The guy doesn't do anything. He's trash. What say you?
Nah, I'm gonna give him a F. Fabio, there was plenty of times that he was on the break and he couldn't even make a 2-foot pass or anything. Yeah, Alex, I'm trying to impress you, bro, with the kilometers. But at the end of the day, bro, Krunic, he had a chance. He didn't make one good pass, and then Bonetti was creaming in his pants for that and stuff like that. Like, oh, Krunic, he made the thing. But to me, Krunic, bro, he's a DM, Fabio. So that first goal is not supposed to go because he's supposed to upload on Theo's side because he knows that Theo is a liability at defending, so he's supposed to be on that side, but he's nowhere to be found. So you know what Krunic, Fabio, but that's the thing. I feel the difference between him and Adley, I'm gonna say is when Adley comes in, I think the team flows better. But with Krunic, I think we stagnate because all he knows how to do is sideways passes, back to Tomori, back to Kalulu, back to Magic Mike, and that's it. So I mean, to me,
back passes a lot.
Yeah, a lot of back passes, and to us, people know how to set up against us now. But you see, when we start doing those 1-2 passes, Fabio, bang, 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 we open the defense up, and we need to do more of that. But with Krunic like that, we can't have that. He's a DM, but I mean, I don't see him destroying. I don't see him setting up tempo. So I don't know. I'm gonna give him an F, Fabio. Krunic, I mean. 3 bad games, Fabio. 2 bad games, and you don't sit him, and you have another game, and he's horrible. To me, Fabio, what I don't like about Pioli, and I'm gonna get to it when we get there, and I'm gonna shit on him because he deserves a lot.
All right, let's go to Tijani Reindeers. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
F, Fabio.
You giving him an F?
Yeah, bro, you can't miss that chance, bro. Imagine Santa needed you on this sleigh. Nobody getting presents this year, the next year, the year after that. So I know a lot of people are gonna say we don't believe in Santa. Okay, that's fine. That's a joke, mythical character. But imagine he was Rudolph, man. Would nobody get none of the presents? We would have to double
that
up.
Sleigh's not getting off that sleigh is hitting the house. It's not landing on top of it.
So
I gave him a D. I wouldn't go as far as saying an F, but you're right. That shot was so bad, it should be an F. You're right. All right, so let's go to now our striking trio. Let's start with Pulisic.
Look at Andy. Look, he makes this. Kunitz would be decent in a 2 DM. Otherwise, he's not press resistant. See,
No,
we're
great
giving
point.
him that, but you trying to
Great
play
point.
him alone, so he's not doing it.
No, definitely. Let's talk Pulisic though. I gave him an A for the first half, and until we found out why he was even substituted at halftime, at initially 2-0, I didn't see too much behind it, but he was very lively on the right side. A great cross to find Giroud to get the first goal. So for Pulisic, I figured one half he played solid. He looked good. I give him an A, man.
Nah, Pulisic was running havoc, man. Fabio, we attacked a lot on that right side.
Yeah, a
This
lot.
game, him
Him
and
and
Musa
Calabria
over.
have
Yeah,
a
all
nice.
three. Yeah, all three
Yeah.
were overlapping, and you know what, Pulisic, like I said before, man. A lot of people thought I like you were on bandwagon since day one. Like me, I said that if he doesn't get injured, he's gonna do good things, and he's proven me right that he's been able to be. Well, he's played already 12 games already, and out of 12, and I like that. You know, Pulisic, he's coming. He knows that this is his last shot of being that top star and stuff like that. So
He's
he's coming
producing,
out
man.
and produce
He's
the
he's
GA.
being a
That's
difference maker. He's being a difference maker. And a time where we see our left wing is those numbers are disappearing from that side. It's nice to see the right wing pick it up, but the problem is that he gets a little feeling in his leg, mentions it as a precaution. They take him off, but there is no Chikwueze sitting behind him. So now we have to go to Romero. And for me, Romero's second half, I'm going to have to give him a D. I mean, it's his fault. We give up the foul right in front of the box for the second goal. Honestly, yeah, he hasn't been a difference maker in Champions League. No, regards to Pulisic, but who's been a difference maker for our team in the Champions League? Nobody. We've been terrible all across the board. But for Serie A, he's been pretty important. So let's not forget that. But Romero comes in. He looked a little bit okay, but like I said, he gives up the second, the foul that leads to the second goal, which yes, could be done better with Mignon and everything else. But for me, I'm giving him a D. There's a chance he's another young kid. What is he? 19 years old, Romero, right?
18.
18.
But you know what?
So there's youth movement. The problem is the youth movement is not coming from our youth. It's the youth we buy, and we expect them to be put into these positions within a few months of being in our system, and they're not producing what you would hope necessarily when, we'll talk about the Primavera in a little bit, but to me, I was just a little underimpressed with Romero. What was your opinion?
Nah, Romero, I mean, he gives up that thing. I mean, but do you blame him, Fabio? He's coming into the atmosphere. I know, like, we don't like Napoli, they don't like us, but their atmosphere is crazy, bro. They were throwing flares, they were throwing fireworks in the stadium. So, I mean, if you're ready, you're a young kid, and you're not used to that, then you know that could take a toll on you. But Romero, I'm gonna just give him a standard D, because he caused that thing, that foul.
You needed to do more, baby. You needed to do more. All right. So let's go. Before we get to our star, let's talk Leao. Now, I don't want to give him a harsh grade because I don't think it's warranted a harsh grade, but I think C because we needed more from him. He can have these moments where he looks fantastic for a few minutes on end and then he's ghosted the rest of the game. We need more from Leao, and we didn't get it this game. He had a couple opportunities. The one glaring one is the trying to chip the goalkeeper with Romero basically on a 2-on-1 there, and he makes a stupid move. That's an arrogance play. So for me, Leao is getting a C for this one. My uncle made a remark earlier. He put, hey guys, second half, Leao disappeared. You must have him involved throughout the whole game. He's your best player. And unfortunately, that hasn't. Even Lab Gorilla made him mention this. It was referring to Theo, but also that Leao's chance creation has dropped. Something is off. The formation instructions from Pioli, it's hard to understand. So, what was your overall opinion of Leao's game?
I'm gonna give the left side a F, Fabio. They all deserve an F. They didn't show up to play. I think that Dale he has some movement, but layout to me, I don't know. I think I think he feels like he has to just do 2 runs, and if we score from those runs, then it we're cool. But if not, you know what? I feel he thinks that he did his job, and to me, that's not how the game should be played, Fabio. I think
Yeah,
like if you start if you do runs, that's fine, but we need everything from him. I mean, at the end of the day, like we're on the ropes 2-1, and then he's doing stupidities. I mean, come on now, bro. But like that's when he's supposed to take care of the game. Like, let me dribble past these guys
yeah,
and let me score this goal. And then that's it. 3-1, the game is basically over because now they gotta fight it and again, and then that leaves a space. So to me, I don't know. I'm just disappointed in Theo and Leal this whole year, and we've been saying it here on MWP. Like MWP, we're gonna keep it 1,000. I don't give a fuck if you're a Hernandez fanboy or Leal fan. Like Hernandez has been my favorite player since he's got to the club. They said that he didn't hit the ground running, but a lot of people they're fucking liars. He's been A1 ever since he showed up to the club. But like this year, like they really struggled. I don't know if it's a formation. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're tired of what Pioli's telling them. But I just want to give a PSA to like Hernandez and Leao. Like I don't give a fuck if you don't like the manager, but there's a lot of people in the whole world where you got this fan base that's crazy. We got my Dublin club, like they go up week in, week out. They're going, and then shout out to my brother Kim. Like I was talking to him after the game, and he called me like, bro, Kim waking up at 1 a.m. to watch the game, bro. The only thing you like, if you were gonna go down, we're gonna go down, but put effort, bro. Don't think just doing 2 to 3 runs a game or stuff like that, or Giroud is slow or he couldn't score like that's previous games. Don't get like discouraged. Keep on doing it. Maybe we could score, but the Leao and Hernandez they've been disappointing me this whole year. And get your shit together because this fan base deserves nothing but greatness, bro. Like we've been supporting you day in day out. Remember, we overtake we go to Lazio, we put in there more than 10,000 fans in there, and that's what it
and
is.
Kim is saying Leao, if Leao wants to be in the same league as Mbappe and Holland, he needs to wake the fuck up and play like he's worth what he's getting. Yeah, that's true, man. Even Andy was saying here, he thinks Leao should get an F just because of the chip. Uh, he will be nothing more than a Rashford if he keeps fucking around in serious games. Mentality needs to shift. Even Nick saying Leao's lazy, right? Stevie Leban Youssef is saying,
Look at our brother right here, Leao leaving. Where he leaving
don't
to?
say that.
United,
Don't say
United,
that.
where he's gonna
PSG was the
decay.
report came up. But he was saying lazy Leao, Steve VP used to call him, and he's back to being lazy Leao again. It could be a lot going on. We're not gonna entertain that, Terry. We're not entertaining that yet. All right, and supposedly it was rumored 120, but we're not even close to that part yet. But honestly, lackadaisical layout. That's what he likes to say, Frank. One trick pony. Giddy up. All right, so most people say F. I'm saying C. We need more layout, so we'll rest on a D. Hey, yo. All right, let's go to Drew. All right, he is our shining star. There's no reason to ask who's top or flop. It's fucking Drew. All right, 2 goals in the first 30 minutes. The guy was on point. He was going for the third one when he was subbed off for an unbelievable Jovic again, who is again our only fucking substitute. I mean, he was very upset to the point where he's photographed sitting on top of a cooler, like pouting, very upset, but not the pouting like you would see from Leao when he substituted for Okafor. It was just pouting because he didn't want to come out. He was battling out there. So an A easily for Drew. But what was your opinion of him at this game?
Fabio, I'm gonna give him an A in the first half, but I think you're wrong, and a lot of the fan base is wrong. When it got to the 60th minute and no, like 50th minute after they scored, the pressure that they were on us, like, and we were going back and forth. By the 55th minute, Giroud was walking, bro. And that's what I was saying, like bringing Okafor. This game is meant for Okafor. We hit him on the break. We're like, yeah, let's see what happens. You know what? I'm gonna give him an A for the first like 55 minutes, and then the other minutes
Oh,
is
you
not.
like Pioli now? We
No,
taking pizza the
no,
game.
no, no,
Oh,
no.
he was fantastic for the first 5 minutes. The
Yeah,
last 85
see,
or
me and
whatever.
Facebook Frank are saying it, bro. By the 53rd, bro, like you can't keep up with the pace. He already did his job. That's why I was like, okay, if they're gonna do that, like bring in Okafor. I know you don't want to think of him as a striker, Pioli, but now we have counterattack on the pace.
So
Because
what's your grade on him?
I'm gonna give him A for 53 minutes, and then he gassed out.
Oh, all right. So what
No,
about the
but the
other?
rest, I'm not even gonna grade him. That's on Pioli because he saw that
Oh,
he was gassed out. Fabio, I could show you the whole 35 minute and 30 plus minutes that he was just walking. He was gassed. That's not his fault because we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until they took a stronghold on us, and then we couldn't get out of our half. So I'm just gonna give him an A, but the rest of what I'm saying is the rest of his performance is not on him. It's on Pioli that didn't see that he was gassed out, bro.
all right. So let's quickly just touch on the substitutions, right? We mentioned Pellegrino had to come in for Kalulu, and then Florenzi needed to come in for Pellegrino later in the game. Romero substituted for Pulisic. We talked about that. Okafor came on for Leao, and Jovic again for Giroud. Any grades to actually give out for any of them? I gave Okafor like NA because he didn't get a chance to do really anything. He came in with like
Nah, I
10
don't
minutes
really.
left. Okafor, Jovic, another F. I don't know why this guy keeps getting time, besides the fact that we have nobody else. But other than that, that's pretty much it on the subs, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him an F. Okafor, he has something, son, but like, what time did he come in? I could have sworn it's like 81st, 82,
Something.
80.
Yeah, he only had like 10
So
minutes.
like, what can you do in that time? That's what I'm saying. So
I don't know. All right,
yeah.
so all right. Let's end our report card
Mhm.
with you know who. All right. I got Pioli a D for this game. All right. Because the second half completely went off the rails. Let me bring up the comment that Lab Gorilla just put, which is Giroud's comment after the game. He said, "We didn't know what to do when they scored their first goal." And he says, "What the fuck is Pioli instructing to them to do? Shit themselves once they give up the first goal?" And here I put a nice post. It's Krunic and Pioli on their marriage, their matrimony here. So you tell me, what was your opinion of Pioli this game, man?
I think that after this game, Fabio, he should have got fired. I think when you're deliberately injuring players like Kalulu, because he said it, this come out his asshole mouth that he shouldn't have played the game. Then why start him? I know Pellegrino wouldn't have done a better job than Kalulu did in those 20 minutes, but at least you prepare his mind frame. Okay, he starts seeing video how away days are in Napoli and stuff like that. But when you play a player and then you injure him basically for 4 to 5 months, you should. I would have went down there and be, bro, you're done. And then another thing that Lab Gorilla said is Pulisic told him he felt something in the 30th minute, and he continued to play him. So, and then I think it was 5 extra minutes. So he played for extra 20 minutes, right? We
Yeah.
didn't see it, but the Pioli's talking and he's saying he's snitching on himself. He's doing the 6-9. So to me, Pioli, like, if you trust Pioli after this game, I'm not gonna call you out your name, but I'm gonna just say, like, I need the drugs that you're taking, because when you deliberately injure a player, I'm sorry, I can no longer trust you. And I'm tired of people, the defenders of Pioli. Why you always say replace him from who? So if Pioli took us to relegation, you gonna still talk that shit? Replace him with who? Like, that's like some baby shit. Be a fucking
That's the
man.
same.
Oh,
That's the same
be,
thing when you go, we need a new striker. If they go with who? I don't know who. I don't work for fucking Milan. That's their job. They're supposed to be the expert.
Yeah, that's
Go
what I'm
find
saying.
us a fucking coach.
But that's what I'm saying though. I'm saying, okay, well, the management doesn't want to spend. Okay, then okay, you fire Pioli. He still has a year left. Somebody's probably gonna call him. I think a team wanted him earlier. They probably get him. We get him out the books. You give it to Abate and you see what he does. If that's what we're not getting Azerbi, Andy. As much as a lot of people want it, like what we need to do is get Palladino. If he takes Monta into Europe, then we could get Palladino. But at the end of the day, right now is I'm tired of the with who. So you're trusting a guy that's gonna really injure our players? Like I don't like that. I'm sorry. I really sometimes like people were like, why Gio? But now after this year, bro, after him really saying like, oh, Kalulu shouldn't have played. So that's you as a manager, you make that call and you tell him like, okay, Pellegrino, you're sorry, put your big point pants on, but you have to start the game. And then, stuff like that. But you put him in the minutes and then you have like a dummy named Bonetti, like blaming the kid. Shake the cobwebs. Like I wanted to tell Bonetti, like, look, asshole. Like, hopefully somebody throws you in the fucking fire on your first day, and let's see if you could swim, motherfucker, because you won't be able to. This is high pressure situations, bro. He acting like he was all world fucking calcio player that he could tell players what to do. Shake the cobwebs out. Shake the bro. Like, come on, who does that? You throw in a kid that's barely came to Italy and to the fire, and then you want to make stupid ass comments and shit like that. So to me, with Pioli, I'm done with him. If you want to protect him, that's your problem. If you want him to injure players, that's you guys. Next time a player gets injured, that's on Pioli and that's on you guys. So because he's the one that kept that medical staff, he didn't want to let him go. So F for Pioli.
Who's your flop of the game of the players?
Flop of the game is I'm gonna say it's Tijani Rangers. You can't miss a wide open
Me
net like
too,
that.
bro. I can't. Yeah, Tijani, I'm really getting fed up. I honestly wish we had another option to bench the guy. But there is no punishment because we have no other players. Pobega is the spare guy. They don't even want to use him.
Look, Frank got him. Frank got him free. Yeah, see?
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Everybody's got names. We'll see. They always talk about Jonathan David. I don't know about Dia, but hey, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen here. But all right, so let's move on. Flop, my same thing. This episode we'll be calling the crisis of infinite injuries, man. I mean, it just fucking never ends. It never ends. It never ends. All right, let's go through it. First, Loftus-Cheek. Maybe he'll be available for Udinese. Still don't know. It's doubtful. Now, Pulisic, after exiting in the middle of the Napoli game, he's doubtful for the Udinese game. Kier farted, passed gas, ripped his underwear, whatever the hell happened to him. Now he's hurt. He's doubtful. All right, so now we're just dropping by flies on every level of our team. Chukwueze. I don't know if you guys heard. You got to keep up with Chukwueze's news, all right? Because they said he'd come back around the time of the international break. Then they said, oh, he might be early. Now they said, no, he's not coming back until the Fiorentina game. So who knows when this kid's going to be ready. Sportiello, he's not coming back until December. Benacer is aiming for the end of December. Kalulu, we won't see you until the new year. And Pellegrino, the same. And nobody cares about Caldara. I don't even know why he's on this fucking list. Nobody cares about him. He better not see the field. But injury crisis, G. What do you attribute all these injuries? Do you think it's Pioli's style? Do you think it's the Milanello training ground? Do you just think it's so much playing? Probably a combination of everything. But what do you think it is? It's not Milan Labs. Everybody blames Milan Labs. They're not here anymore. But what's your opinion?
Fabio, what I think it is it comes down to Pioli, Maconda, Forlani, Cardinale. Like you had a knowledge of we go down in October and you don't change the medical staff. I mean, to be honest with you, Fabio, with everything that they're doing with analytics, they should have analytics of how not to get injured. To me, I'm blaming everybody, Fabio, because remember they said after they got rid of Maldini and Masada that this is a team of what I just mentioned. So I blame all of them for not addressing this. Like they really think that this is probably something that they could cheap out on.
This is
Go get
probably
it.
Moneyball. This is the reason why you're getting players at a lower value because they come with these injury problems, these reoccurrences. I mean, it's just been too much, too fast. And of course, it's always in that month of October. We knew this was going to be the most strenuous month that we had with the Champions League games and the big matches that were all around them. And of course, here's a stat for you guys to remember, right? We have not won a game since October 8th. We've played 5 games in October. We only won 1. So we are winless in our last 4 or 5 games. We got to turn this shit around. But anything else you want to mention this before we move on here, G?
Nah, man, let's just get healthy, Fabio. At the end of the day, I mean, now we're gonna use our Primavera, and I just does not hope it's just for the photo, because that's what I feel like is like just take a photo of them sitting on the bench because we got a lot of talented players. I mean, somebody said that the management doesn't value Simic or like we only think he's talented. Nah, bro, like they're fucking idiots to be honest with you. If they don't like if Bayern wants you, BVB wants you, like so like these like maybe Bayern, I don't know, they don't really have good center backs, but you know what? They'll play you. So at the end of the day, Fabio, I just want us to get healthy and just hopefully to win on not hopefully we need to win on Saturday, like at home. No, is it Saturday or Sunday? I don't even know when this is. Probably
We
Saturday.
played Saturday. We are
Yeah.
off Saturday this month.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I ask a question to the chat as I ask to Gio. So please put your answers. We'll read them after Gio gives his. Are you happy with the first 10 games of the Campeonato? Now, of course, it's not really just 10 games because you are going to factor in the 3 Champions League games that have happened already. But the first 10 games was the barometer where everybody was looking because of the strength of that schedule in the first 10 games. So I ask you, like I asked the rest of the chat, are you happy with where we are sitting? We are sitting in 3rd place, right? We have 7 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. What's your are you happy, Gio, at the moment?
I'm okay, Fabio. I was happy after we recovered after Inter, but I think like losing to Juve because you know Pioli did a madness. I'm gonna just say I'm 5 out of 10, Fabio, because these last 2 games, especially last game we had it, we were like dog walking the hell out of Napoli. You know, we were making Maradona roll in his grave. That's how bad we were beating him up in the first half. And to be Fabio, not really, because we went from being a point down to now we're like Juve, that trash ass club that fucking put to
I think
sleep
we're
club.
at 3 points down now, right?
No, 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 no. Like Juve's in front of us, and if Juve's in front of you, bro, like there's nothing to be happy because that club is fucking garbage. They get extra minutes and everything, bro, and the extra time. That's the type of shit that Serie A is doing to just make them win. So I'm gonna just say I'm a 5 out of 10 right now because these last 2 games they sting, Fabio, because losing to Juve now is just like embarrassing, bro.
It
Because
is.
like Sassuolo dog walked them, like teams like are playing them, and we can't even like do nothing. Like playing versus 10 men versus Juve, bro, we should have still dog walked them because they showed nothing. So I'm just disappointed. Maybe 5 out of 10. So that means that's half good, not good.
All right, so like 50%. Let's see what most of the people are saying. Kim was saying not really happy. He believes we should be on top, right? We got Frank mentioning 7 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw for a schedule we got isn't horrible, especially since 1 loss was due to being down 10 men and an own goal isn't terrible. That's true. Alex mentioned that basically just looking at the points, he would take it if you asked him at the beginning of the season, seeing the points that we dropped, not happy with us. In those, we beat ourselves. Yeah, definitely true. Anybody else? Lab Gorilla saying, no, we actually played well in parts of games, but have not found consistency in playing style. I take the points, but that's about it. Regardless, saying losing to Juve at home is embarrassing. Yeah, I agree. Andy saying not happy. We couldn't win against the 3 strongest teams besides us, Inter, Napoli, and Juve. So he's about a 7 out of 10, right? Basically as many as we won. Everybody said that this transfer window can win Milan the Scudetto. So my standards are high, but the injuries and the schedule and the coaching, it seems like we still need to give this team more time. How much can they gel when some of them are just keep missing massive amount of time? You know, it's very important that the next 9 set of Campeonato games, we take all the points that we can. Frank saying, plus Fab and Gio, we didn't drop points to teams like Torino, Roma, Lazio, Bologna, who took 12 points from us last season. Very true. Handle your business against the bottom half of the table, and you should be in good shape. If the 2 games you lose are to the 2 teams that are literally right above you, I mean, ideally you don't want to lose those, but it is what it is. All right, so let's go. You know what time it is? Time to turn the rumor mill, baby, because there's already rumors. It's fucking November 1st. Rumors are coming out. And who is it? He's back. Possibly. All right. It says, again, borrowing this post from Sempre Milan, who is writing it from Corriere della Sera. I can't see what the hell it says. Anyway, Cardinale, Ferlani, and Pioli are all want Ibrahimovic to return. The Swede is asked for a key role and not a marginal one, and it remains undecided for now. Well, my question is, what role do you guys think Ibrahimovic could fill? Because if he needs to come to give the players a spark, what the fuck is Pioli there for? Can somebody explain to me? Is Ibra going to be a coach? Is he a motivational speaker? Or is he going to be a sporting director assistant? What is the purpose of this guy coming back? I mean, it can't just be to get to light a fire under their ass. So I don't know, G. What's your opinion? What have you heard? What do you think about this news that Ibra is in conversations to possibly come back into the fold somehow?
I think that tells you all that you need to do. Like people were giving 100% credit to Pioli for that Scudetto, but you see it's more 50-50. Zlatan had to help on that. He knows it. That means he's lost it, bro. Like, if you need another man to come and shaping these guys up, then your tactics and what you're doing is.
What does he mean by this? A medium? Is that like that Long Island medium? Zlatan talks to the dead? Is that what it is? The
I don't
team is
know.
dead and management is sleepwalking, so Zlatan has to be the medium? I don't know, man. Maybe he's just coming to roundhouse Pioli. He's going to kick him straight out through the window. I don't know, man. But go ahead.
Nah, I think when you need that's a problem, Fabio, because why you need him now? Like, if you're really that guy, Pioli, you love playing with Krunic and you love doing all that, then you shouldn't need him. I think if he comes in as I don't know. I don't think he should. I don't know, but whatever he wants, but they want him because they know that lets you know, like the conglomerate knows that Pioli's like needs help, bro, at this point. So I don't know. Hey, it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I don't know. But what was Ibra last year when we needed him? He was out there fucking on Jimmy Kimmel. He was there with Jimmy Fallon. He was out there doing stupidities instead of being with the team. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is, Fabi.
Lav Grill is saying Ibra wants a major role and will not take a cheerleader role. Pioli will pretend to be happy about it, but he will be scared to have that guy back. I don't know, man. Ricardo's is saying, not sure, but Jerry offered that kind of job to Maldini and he turned it down, according to the rumors. So maybe it's the same thing. Maybe that's what they're trying to get at. I don't know what particular position Ibra would be qualified to do. I mean, is it like an assistant manager role? Is it like something in the management or the head office? I don't know. I don't know what they could do, but it seems having Ibra back in the fold has always been a good thing for us. So I wouldn't be against it, but I digress. All right, let's get to Gio's favorite part. We got to talk a little Primavera because they actually played pretty well this week. They won their tie of the Coppa Italia against Sampdoria 3-2, and the boys are moving on to the round of 16 in the Coppa Italia. Gee, any opinion of this? We have let me see who scored these goals. I have it written down.
Shaka Traore scored one.
He scored a pen.
We're down.
Martenzani, he scored the first one. He tied the game, and then Trattori scored the second goal, and then Perucci scored the third goal. But pretty good. Primavera's moving on. They're tied for first place. Are they tied with Inter? Yeah, they are.
We're tied. We're tied with Inter in first place, and
So looking good.
yeah.
Anything else you want to say about the Primavera?
Nah, man. I mean, they keep on trucking, and now we gotta make sure we feed some of these guys into the first team.
That's
Especially
true.
with these major injuries. But
Supposedly,
nah, man.
Simic is gonna
Yeah,
get called up.
Simic is there. But you know what, Fabio? What I don't want is I want that Primavera trophy. Like I want the Scudetto Primavera. Like I want that, but I just don't want us to like call up Jimenez, call up Simic, call up Iluto, call up fucking Zeroli just to be on the bench to take a picture, and then we're losing with the Primavera. That doesn't really help anything, to be honest with you. But you know what? I'm just proud of these guys. I stuck with them when they were in the shits, when a lot of people were doubting them. And FYI to everybody that feels that these guys aren't ready. Lewis Hall, we ripped his ass a new one last year in the UEFA Nations League. He got sold for 45 million pounds, and today he scores a rocket against Manchester United, and he puts them to sleep. So if he's ready, I think the guys that destroyed him are ready in the Primavera. So I mean, and that's something for management. They gotta be telling like Pioli, like bring up one or two a year, to integrate them into the team. To be honest with you.
There's a couple of guys: Zeroli, Ilutu, Jimenez. These. Hopefully, we'll see some of these guys because we've had a little issues. But here's a couple of little highlights that I grabbed out. The boys look good. They look good, man. And of course, Coach Abate looking decent. I wonder
looking
how long
good.
it be.
He looking good in that off-white.
Oh God, I hate off-white. It's such bad luck. Such bad luck for us. I don't like it at all. All right, let's move on now. It's Milan Udinese at 2:45. Excuse me, 3:45 because of the time change over here for us. That's what 12:45 for you, buddy. That's perfect time, right after lunch. Milan Udinese. Let's talk here. Udinese, one of the only winless teams in Serie A still. Them and Salernitana.
Oh, sure.
Don't have a win yet. They have 7 points out of the possible 30. Udinese lost actually today to Cagliari, the Coppa Italia, who's Frank just mentioned is going to be playing us in the round of 16. So that's who we're going to play in the Coppa Italia. Milan haven't won a game, like I mentioned earlier, since October 7th. We have one win out of 5 games in October. Not good. So we have injury crisis. Who's going to start on the right wing? We don't know yet. Stay tuned Saturday for a Patreon group therapy session. If you want to be a part of that, you got to subscribe to Patreon so you can get the invite and be there, probably 90 minutes before kick time with Dr. Vinny. But Udinese, they've been struggling, man. They look like they've been sleepwalking. They're sitting in 17th place. They're not a good club right now. What's your expectations going into this game?
Our expectation, Fabio, is after that Napoli collapse. I mean, what's happened last year. That same thing can happen this year. Udinese could beat us up 5-2 if they wanted to, if the team isn't with the same mind frame. But to me, it's 50-50 balls, Fabio. They've been struggling. They sold Beto, so they don't really have like a striker. And then Becao, he's not there. So, Becao used to love to score against us. So, to me, Fabio, I really think that this is going to be a tough one.
You're a trooper, Kim. You're a trooper, bro.
But if we take our chances, Fabio, I think we're going to come up on top. I think if it Pioli, I mean, I'm not going to fight against Pioli no more. I mean, it's a lost cause because people like coaches that injure our players when we're in an injury crisis. But if he picks the right people, and I mean, this is if Pulisic can go, like this is for Romero, baby. It's time for you to show, see what your class is, see what your worth is, because now you're gonna be getting a lot of minutes, man. Something that you didn't get in Lazio. So I think now it's time for, like, if you're made the talent What did Nico call him? The Mexican Messi? If you really the Mexican Messi, then show up, baby. That's all I'm going to say. But to me, Fabio, this game is going to be about grit. If we get those 50-50 balls, Fabio, we win the game, to be honest with you.
We're
And
gonna
I'm
need
just,
him, man. We're gonna need
yeah,
him
and
again.
we're going to need
Udinese, they're gonna probably park the bus and they're gonna try to play for that. Chuck E. Cheese is not back. He's not. He's not coming back until he finishes his pizza after the international break. So we probably won't see him. It's Zeroli's got to get the call up. I believe somebody wrote that earlier. Zeroli has to be called up because if it's just Romero on the right side, we don't have a backup. So
yeah,
Zeroli
but
might get his
Zeroli's a
chance.
midfielder, bro.
Yeah, well, if he's gonna play a right winger, I
Nah,
mean,
bro, you can't be putting people to fail, bro. Then they're gonna say that I'm going crazy, Fabio. But you bring up Cuenca, right wing, bro.
or
6'3",
Cuenca, yeah, give him a
6'3".
chance, man.
Yeah,
Give him
I
a
mean,
chance.
right now at this point, they
We
need to put a
have
body.
nobody else. The
Yeah,
two guys we brought in for right wing are both hurt at the same
yeah,
time.
but Pulisic been playing 13 games, Fabio.
Yeah, well, maybe he needs this game off. I mean, when we're playing 17th place, God forbid this would have been a game for Chikwueze, but you know, he farted at the Nigeria camp and he had diarrhea and he's been out since. So, all right, well, check out your local club if you're in any area. You know, me and Gio, we always mention that. Go find your local club, whether it's New York, Boston, Southern California, Northern California, in San Fran. We got Phoenix, we got Dallas, we got Houston, we got Chicago, we got Detroit, we got Miami, we got Cleveland, we got them all, baby. Find them. Toronto, Montreal, and everywhere else. Dublin, Amsterdam, London. Find your group, go hang out with them, be a part of the club. It's good shit. Watch Milan hopefully get the 3 points, baby. Gee, parting shot time. You up first. Let's go.
Man, parting shot to everybody. Shout out to Andy. I hadn't seen your name before. And then Mark Zuckerberg, he's in the chat. I like what you've been saying about Primavera. Just like everybody that's always supported us, leave on Yusuf, Facebook Frank. Shout out Vince Mancini, all the good food that you've been posting on the Instagram. Shout out
Who
to
the
you,
hell?
bro.
Who the hell is Mark Zuckerberg? Who you referring to?
This guy with these letters, that's Mark Zuckerberg right there in that photo,
Really?
bro.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know
Yes.
what name it is, but we
Yeah, no.
appreciate
So
you
shout
being
out
there.
Lab Gorilla, shout out Terry from Various Views, Alex, Kim, Nico, Ricardas, shout out to Palmazino, shout out to everybody, bro, that's like always supporting us, new guys, everybody, and a shout out to Rock Nation Husney, man, because his therapy was awesome. Yeah, we're gonna. I don't know, the challenge. We're
Facebook
going.
Frank will not leave us alone about this.
Yeah,
Frank,
we're gonna have.
we're not sure if we can do it. Relax. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Facebook
but
Frank really wants us to go to Italy with him. If you're paying, Frank, we'll go. Don't worry.
I
All
told
right.
him about. I already messaged him about like Gianna and her passport thing that I had to get. I'm already getting that thing, but we'll figure it out, Fabio.
We will.
We'll
we
figure
will.
it out. What about you? What's your parting shots, Fabio?
All right, guys. So my parting shot, all right, is I don't know. I got to mention this, man. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Messi winning the Ballon d'Or this year. I really don't know how I feel about it, guys. Now, I know the World Cup is an impressive feat, and he played really well during the tournament, especially in the championship game. But I don't know if he had a better season than Haaland. I'm a little up in the air. I do like the fact that this player is playing in the MLS now, so it gives a little more credibility to the league here in the States. But my parting shot is, how did they let this idiot Speed in there? He's talking to a tennis player who lies to him, telling me he's the new Milan player because he knows. He's celebrating with Haaland, saying hello to Martinez, the goalkeeper. I mean, this guy was all over the place. How does this idiot get in there? What do we need to do to get ourselves up in this spot, G? We could be there. We're more intelligent than Speed. We're better looking. He's barking at people. We don't bark at people. But that's my parting shot, man. Let's go.
Oh,
Subscribe.
Fabio, you just reminded me. All right, you know what? I see the comments sometimes, And y'all say that my fellow guy Stevie P is disrespectful because he doesn't know how to say the name, but yet I show Speed, a fucking idiot, gets a praise, gets to go to the ceremony. Yeah, he's a kid, but the way that like he's basically like people are stupid. Like he's basically shitting on you the way that he's acting. That he's calling out your name. Like at least Stevie P, he does the he says your first part of the name and then the stuff. So if y'all think that Stevie P is disrespectful, then y'all disrespectful for subscribing to Speed. And I know some of y'all in this chat subscribe to Speed. Okay, so at the end of the day, Speed, like to me, that's how you know what type of time we're living in. Is like these guys are clowns, bro. Just because you suck off CR7 doesn't give you the right to go to a press. Let him go to Twitch, do the Rumble, do the YouTube, but on there or like now, like that the Brazilian guy who does all that thing, that's cool. He doesn't disrespect nobody, but he knows about players and stuff like that.
That
so
was the
that's
kid
cool.
with the Nike. Chick
Yeah,
on
with the
it.
TikToker, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy, he's cool, but Speed, he's an idiot, bro. He doesn't pronounce names. He was saying something about blah, 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 like what is that? And then Carlos Viciele wanted to shake his hand like a fucking idiot. Too, like, oh yeah, I know you, Speed. Like, you know what? I'm gonna get him. Like, this is Speed, dumbass. Like, I'm gonna get a lot of these players. You don't even know these guys, bro. You're just a fanboy that get on your fours and all your fours like Sexy Red, Booty Hole Brown, and all that for CR7 because you'll let him Booty Hole Brown you, bro.
All right, let's end it on that note. Booty Hole Brown, guys, thank you so much for watching the show tonight. As always, me and Gio are always here on Wednesday night. Check us out next week. We're going to have a Champions League game to talk about next week. So, G, ovunque e sempre.
Forza Milan, guys.
Forza
Ciao.
Milan, everybody. Good night.
Let's get this.